Oh, I'm live right now. This is sweet. I like that. What's going on? This is Coach Marcus for Pro Fan Talk. This is directly after the Sixers game. Just, I figured I'd do it on YouTube rather than go Facebook. I did Facebook at halftime, so um, that was horrible. That second half was absolutely putrid. Our MVP did not show up at all. Jokic has got to be like sitting watching these playoffs, just cracking up, looking at Embiid. Like basically like, hey, you take the trophy because I'll go. I'll take us further in the playoffs. You go, you can go ahead and have the trophy. Joel Embiid looked lethargic. James Harden looked horrible. PJ Tucker got hot early, but then cooled off in the second half. Nobody else could really do anything. Tobias Harris looked adequate. He looked like he was the only one on the court trying to be aggressive. For whatever reason, Joel Embiid has got it in his head that he has to dribble through everybody, and he doesn't have handles like that. So I don't understand it. James Harden just looked like James Harden, like he just couldn't. Shots wasn't falling tonight. So um, again, I'm not a basketball guy, but I was always under the impression that if you're not hitting anything from the outside, go down low, dominate in the paint, and work your way out. I don't. mm, I didn't see Embiid trying to be aggressive down low. If he did get the ball somewhere around the blocks, he was always trying to dribble out for a jumper. I want to see you getting down low and just dunking on folks, and that's just not in this game, I guess. I don't know. It was just rough to watch. Jayson Tatum, man, props to you, bro. Props to you. Got to give him his props. 51. Come on, man. Come on. They had no answer for him. No answer for him. And then you got Joel Embiid going at him at the top of the 3-point arc. That's a mismatch. And you couldn't stop him. He was on. His stroke was going, um, and he just kept knocking him down. So guess what? The best player on their team beat the best player on our team. The best player on our team, and arguably in the league, did not show up. Joel Embiid was a no-show. And you know what? He is going to get roasted this week in sports media. Sports talk radio is going to kill him. The Philly fans are going to kill him, rightfully so. That is the bane of being the MVP. All expectations are on your shoulders, no ifs, ands, or buts. And there is no excuse for that performance tonight, as important as that game was. He did not show up, period. So all them people that voted for Jokic and for the MVP were proven right. And Joel Embiid had an opportunity to put his mark on the league. So screw the trophy. We want to go in the playoffs. So Blue City, as a diehard 76ers fan, as much as I love Embiid, we need to move on from him. There's no way he can come back from this. I'm not going to disagree with you, but the one thing about, because everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon about moving him, my thing is, if you're going to move somebody like that, you better be able to replace them. Because regardless of, obviously, everybody's going to be hot about the performance we just saw in the playoffs. However, you got to be able to replace that production in the regular season to even get back to where we just left, to get back to the playoffs, even if it's to the second round. I'd rather be back in the second round than not make the playoffs. So to me, that carries some weight. So if you are going to move him, you better get something for him, something of equal value. You can't get future picks. You can't go with potential. I would say Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and maybe Melton. Everybody else can go. Niang, he should even have a plane ride home. So Harden's not coming back, and I don't want him back. So that'll be an interesting thing on what they do with that. That's just that. I don't mind getting beat. I don't mind getting beat. But when you don't put forth effort, that's what sucks. That's what sucks. If I got beat by the best, I'm good with that. But when you don't put forth an effort, and the effort you put forth is garbage, that's what's going to live with you for a while. So I don't know what Embiid is going to do. I hope they don't move him. I hope they keep him here, get some better pieces around him. Did nobody expect for PJ Tucker? We should have never let go Isaiah Joe. Jimmy Butler, man. Yo, Muddy Waters. Jokic is just cracking up watching Embiid. Cracking up. Because he's still the best player on his squad. He's still the best player on the court, wherever he steps on the court. And Joel Embiid just now, and me being a former player, a former pro player, football, basketball, two different things, but the mindset is the same. You don't want that to be your legacy. You got the MVP, and then you did nothing with it. Then you got bounced in the second round again. When you had a chance to seal it in a game 6, and you failed again. You don't want that to be your legacy. So from that mindset, I think Joel Embiid, I hope he can get all of the I need to be MVP and all of that mess out of his system. What you don't do when you're playing at that level, what you don't do is verbalize it. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about it. Just be about it on the court. If they vote you MVP, they vote you MVP. But you shouldn't have to politic for it. You shouldn't have to put it out in the ethos. Everybody knows who's putting it down on the court. So, you know, these players nowadays, everybody wants the popularity contest. And popularity contests don't win games. Shots do. So, that was just disappointing. That was just disappointing. When your previous loss was better than what you just put in a game 7, that's a shame. That's a shame. And he's got to live with this, and he is going to get some Ben Simmons level roasting this week on Sports Talk Radio and on YouTube and just the regular Philadelphia fandom. They are going to light his ass up, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. I hope so. I hope y'all saw my post. Was it yesterday or day before? Yesterday, because I did the flowers yesterday. So I hope y'all saw my post. If you didn't, go back and check it out. I'll put a link to it after this post so you can go back and see it. And basically I was saying, you know, out there doing my flowers, getting dirty and sweaty and tired. And I was like, that's the effort he's going to have to put up to win game 7. And he did not do that at all. It was garbage. It was hot garbage. So, Joel Embiid, take your medicine like a man, because you about to catch it this week, bro. 76 fans already gave up on Embiid. I don't really blame them either, man. I'll try to be optimistic, but down the stretch in the playoffs, he got too inconsistent. You got to be the man every day, every night, if you want to win in the league. So he is going to be home watching like everybody else. I hope he watches Jokic and see what he's putting down, because now that's always going to be his comparison. Even this year there was a comparison, even though I thought he should have won it based on what he did in the regular season. But it's what you do in the playoffs, man. It's what you do in the playoffs. And Embiid had nothing. I'm surprised. We knew Harden was bipolar. Makes a good defensive play, and then he goes down the court and shoots a damn air ball. He shot an air ball from 8 feet. 8 feet. He shot 3 air balls that I saw. I was in and out in the second half because... but he shot 3 air balls that I counted. Maybe even more unless I missed one. But it's like, come on, man. Come on. You got to make shots. And you got to take good shots. And like I said before, Joel Embiid gets the ball remotely low. And the first thing he does is starts dribbling the freaking ball like he's trying to cross people over. Like, man, stop and play your game. And his shots wasn't falling from the three-point arc or from way outside, so you always go down low. He's a 7-footer. You got to get down low. And when Al Horford is posturing and posing in you, Al Horford, is getting in your grill. Come on, man. Come on. You got out hustled by Al Horford, and you the MVP. That's bad for business. That's bad for business. So, you know what? It is what it is. The whole year I said I'm not going to get too high or too low on the 76ers until the playoffs start. They made it to the playoffs. Then it was like, let's see what they do when they get to the second round. They had the advantage, 3-1 in the second round. They couldn't seal a deal. Or no, it was 2-2. What was it? It's a shame. I don't even care anymore. I don't even care anymore. They had their shot, and they blew it big time. So, James Harden, Doc Rivers, Joel Embiid, you got to take your medicine this week. However, I will say I don't put none of this on Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers ain't on the court. Doc Rivers ain't turning the ball over. Doc Rivers is not shooting air balls. Doc Rivers is not on the court being, not being aggressive and not being dominant. I don't put this on Doc Rivers. We couldn't make the shots, and the Celtics did. Point, period, end of paragraph. Celtics move on. We're home. It is what it is. So I don't want to hear nothing in the press from Joel Embiid talking about woulda, coulda, shoulda. Because it's just going to make it worse. It's going to make it worse. So take your medicine. I would love to see him jump on a radio show or something like that, but I know that's not going to happen. Just so he could, just go ahead and take it and move on. Because that's the best thing you could do. Because you know what's coming. Take your medicine and keep it moving forward. And let's get ready for next year, because ain't no telling what's going to happen. I predict that Doc will probably be gone. I wish they would keep him, but I wouldn't mind seeing the guy from the Suns, or not for nothing, go after Mark Jackson. I would love to see Mark Jackson in Philadelphia with Joel Embiid. He would, inject some toughness into him. That's what we need. So there's a couple of good coaching candidates, but I think Doc is probably going to be gone. We'll see what's going to happen. We'll see what's going to happen. Tough way to lose. Tough way to go out. You want to go out swinging. And the 76ers did not do that. Celtics beat us. Their best beat our best. Not only did they beat them, they embarrassed them. Jayson Tatum was the man and could not be stopped today. So props to the Celts. You earned it. You moved on. We're going home. And I'll check y'all guys. Until next time, please follow and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. We're going to have things rolling as we go into training camp for football. So nothing can get this bad taste out of your mouth like some good old Eagles news. So we'll see that. And I'll talk to you guys later on this week. Stay tuned. Talk to you later. Peace.